led by he's averaging. What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of College Basketball Hangout, special edition, NCAA round of 64 bracket special. I'm here with my boy DJ Big Boss, my brother on the left coast. What's good, my man?
What up, guys? March Madness, y'all. March Madness is here.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Always with the live intro. Big Boss in the house, the Prez. So, yeah, man. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's night's off to a good start. I haven't even looked. I've been apologize about my tardiness. I got stuck in traffic on my way home from Philly, so I don't even know how my games are doing or anything. But hopefully we got some winners, and we're gonna give out some winners tonight for you to start tomorrow afternoon off. So I'll have to check my scores while we get rocking here, and we'll give a minute here for some people to come on in, and then we'll get started. So, did you take anything today, boss?
Oh, yeah, I got a bunch of plays going right now. I'm on that FDU. Fair Dickinson finally coming to get my money from Texas Southern, man. I was fading Texas Southern. They won 3 in a row. I figured they had to be out of gas by now. Fair Dickinson, I capped it a little bit and seen that, they popping right now. So they handled it for me first half. I got a full game money line plus 120. And we looking good.
That's what's up. Yeah, I took them first half spread, first half money line. It was a game that I was back and forth on. That's why I didn't post it, because FDU's been that team that no matter which side I play in their games, I end up losing. But I finally just said, you know what, I'm going with it. I got to go with it. So I'm glad I pulled the trigger on it and made some money. I don't know how my Youngstown State did first half, but I know my UCF
covered. Youngstown State, they were plus, so they won the first half, 37-33.
Nice. I took them money line and on the spread. No, they weren't plus. They were minus 3.5. The money, like all the games.
Oh, I thought they were the favorite. I mean, I thought they were the dog, but they're the favorite, huh?
Yeah, I got them. Hold on.
So even if you got 3.5, then you cash that anyway.
No, it was plus 3.5. My fault. That was my bad. I put it wrong on my Twitter post, but I took the 3.5 and I took the money line. My bet stamp's right. So
see, Tease, you making me think I'm crazy.
Nah, it's me, man. I always do that shit. I fuck up, and people usually correct me on Twitter, but I didn't see. Well, I haven't looked because I've been driving, but I'm just looking at making sure on my bet stamp. Yeah, I got them at plus 118 at Caesars, and I put that in the bet stamp along with the spread of 3.5. So good deal.
So what else did you have?
I had that was FDU. Sorry, Youngstown State. I had plus 170 first half and plus 3.
You took it on the money line?
Yeah, I took it on the money line first half plus 170.
Hey, shout out to Tease.
Youngstown State first half plus 3 at minus 105. First half. I didn't play second half, just the first half. And UCF in Florida, I took the under 69.5. So it looks like I'm good, man. Altogether, if you're counting money lines and spreads, I'm 5-0.
Yeah, under 69.5. First half score was 35-26, which gives you 61, and it's staying under.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like that under, man. I was liking UCF. I was talking to Dommy Gunn earlier, and I told him, I was like, that little brother aspect's going to be going on. Florida don't give a shit about UCF, but UCF's looking up and thinking this is our shot, and that's why I took the UCF. I didn't post it though. I just posted the under because it wasn't a play that I wanted to put out there because it wasn't something I was super sure on because Florida on their home court's a lot different team than on the road, and I didn't want to put anybody's money at risk. So
Hey, plus, you know, I've said it on this show, and hey, as a matter of fact, man, I'm happy to be on the college hangout with you. It's been a while. I've been back at work. We ain't been doing our thing, so you know, we back at it. But like I said back in the day on the show, I try to stay away from games that are interstate. You know, just interstate. Period. Don't even have to be a rival, especially when you come to Florida. Those teams throw mud at each other. So
hey,
I stayed off totally.
I like games like that, man. I'm always going to be on that little brother, man. Like UNC Wilmington, man. First game of the college season this year, man. I was all over them first half, full game, and told people like a month before, jump on UNC Wilmington, And I
Yeah.
waited and waited thinking that line would go higher, but it stuck pretty much at like 25, 26. And, that cast both first half and full game for me. And it was the same situation with the other Colonial team they played a couple weeks later, Charleston. So, you get those teams from the same state, and if they're decent, like UNC Wilmington, they're a tough squad in Charleston, and they're gonna catch a team like North Carolina, not
Yes.
really paying attention.
Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, I do say too, like when I do get involved with those games, I like being on the dog because I don't
Yeah,
know, the favorite just ain't it in those type of
yeah,
games. Nothing is signed, sealed, and delivered in the interstate game. It's a battle.
I know that's right, man. But yeah, the dog's the only way that I'd look and think in situations like that. I'm not laying a big point with against an interstate rival or not interstate rival. I'm not laying a big point against interstate schools.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the points and hold my breath.
yep.
So
We had
I got
seen that
another one
earlier.
here that
What's you at?
I got North Texas, man. This isn't a game I posted because it's a game that I really it was just something to have my money on. I didn't want to give up 9.5 to Alcorn State. Do I think North Texas can cover this? Yeah, I think North Alcorn State has been as far as like the spreads this year. When you look at Alcorn State, they're getting lines from just name recognition, and I think North Texas should be able to handle them, man. But if they don't cover first half, I would definitely look for people that can live bet. I would look at the North Texas second half because I think North Texas kind of takes care of business against Alcorn State. It
They
just might
do.
take 20 minutes.
I just don't. It's already on. It's a 13-10, and that might be delayed. Let me refresh my
Yeah,
screen.
it's 15-10.
Yeah, but I've been cashing with North Texas. Believe it or not, that was a good sleeper team. Nobody was really on. I think they won like what 11 in a row or something like that.
Yeah, they
Um,
ran out some.
they've been handling business like you said, but I thought the number was too big just for this type of game. Alcorn State can score, so in these type of game when you got teams that are based off of scoring, not defense, they might just let it all hang out and have a good time shooting. It's close now. Second half, North Texas could pull away, or even this half they could pull away. But I passed on this one too. But I did think 17 was a lot.
Yeah, it was a hell of a lot, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if North Texas doesn't cover this 9.5 in the first half, I would definitely take a look at them on the live bet for the second half. Just that's just my opinion. I'm by no means do I have a crystal ball and can tell what's going to happen, but I'll tell you what, boss, I got my ego inflated a little bit, but I'm not that type of guy to be boasting on myself. But I had a guy last night hit me up and tell me that I'm the best college capper he's ever tailed.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
throughout
right,
the season.
man. Well, I'll tell you that it's a lot of cappers that I know that I love and all kinds of stuff. But there's probably like a handful or two that I could comfortably tell and say, you know what, I'm going with my guy. If I'm me and him on the same page, I love it.
Yeah,
And you are one of those guys, man. And you could say to some degree, I'm one of those guys too. That
yeah, absolutely.
when we unite on the same force and it all it comes together pretty good. Like we
Well,
did Fair Dickens, like we do in Youngtown State. And I also got Cincinnati today.
do
I
you?
thought I thought this was I don't know. I don't know what I was
Full game, or
first half and full game.
mm,
I've been doing really good splitting the unit like that. I mean, it is kind of dangerous because, like you yourself, you take first half, so win and lose, it's over. When you got a situation where you can win one half and lose the other, it's just a waste of a game. At the end of the day, you eat the juice. It's bad, but when the double up, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be looking for the double up with Cincinnati. I just think Cincinnati was a way more quality team over Virginia Tech. I think Virginia Tech's probably ready to wrap it up and focus on next year. I think Cincinnati might run through a team or two, and they're gonna have a slip up in the NIT as well, though.
I agree with you on that, man. I was really twisted on this game. I looked at it hard, man. You know that I like Virginia Tech first half, but ever since Couture went down, they just haven't been the same team that they were before he went down, and they kind of limped into this NIT tournament, and it caused me to stay off. Like looking at Cincinnati was never an option for me to play, to be honest with you, and that's probably my own fault being a capper with blinders on. But I kind of like your look, and if there was any way that I was going to take it, it would have been. I wish we had talked sooner. I probably would have tailed you on that.
And also another thing that I do, and I do fairly well when the cards are a lot smaller because I can kind of like see it in front of me. So if you look at all the games for today's card, um, out of all of the teams in the NIT that may should have had a shot at the big tournament, I would say it would be Cincinnati and maybe Oregon. But out of the ones that are playing the good day, they have the talent level and could have made it there, but they're here. But then that goes back to what we discussed yesterday: is does a team like Cincinnati find any pride to win the NIT? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, in all reality, they're they're. I mean, yeah, they are a team that's been in the dance. Um, but I mean, if you're a Cincinnati, a mid-major type team, you really need this for recruiting. You know what I mean? To take your program to the next level. So I would think I would think that that you're going to see the best ball out of Cincinnati that you've probably seen all year in this
Yeah,
situation.
if we get that with their skill set, then they may go deep into this thing. But if they not on the same page with you, Coach Teese, then they'll probably die off somewhere in here, just kind of trip over their own feet.
No, they could possibly do that. I'm just thinking from an AD
Well,
athletic
I
director
mean,
standpoint.
that's how we got it there. As cappers, I mean, I'll tell cappers all the time, like the best capping you can have is when you pretty much envision the game in your head
Oh
and it
yeah,
plays out exactly how you envisioned it. That's like the best you can do. You know what I'm saying? And you
yeah.
have to sometimes put yourself in the shoes of the coach, put yourself in the shoes of the player to kind of figure it out in those situations when you have to do it like that. So yeah, we all are coaches to some degree.
Absolutely. Those who watched the show yesterday, I gave you a peek inside my head when we talked about the Bandy game. It was a game that I thought, in the past, Bandy was a team that played really good defense at home and protected their court, but they haven't done so much this year as far as like D'ing up and allowing baskets. They've been a team that allows baskets. And I said yesterday, I said the unders in play. I think we see a throwback Vandy team protecting their court last night, and that's what happened, man. They went up, doubled up Yale in the first half. At some point, I think it was 30 something to 18 or something, man. So it
Yeah.
was pretty
See,
solid.
my cap on that game was a little different, but it worked for me as well because I looked at it as once again, Vandy was probably one of the teams on yesterday card that I felt had the talent and to go to the big dance. I mean, they didn't have the greatest season record wise, but the teams they took down was major,
Yeah,
and they played some tough games against some tough teams. And like they consider them the bottom of the SEC, right? And the SEC should be a class level above Yale or that they play, right? the
Mhm.
Ivy League school. They should be a couple classes higher than them. I said this is a point where the classism thing is gonna work because Vandy's like, look, we're the smart guys. We get to play the other smart guys. We're gonna kick their ass. We're from the SEC, and they kind of
Yeah,
got out there and got after
it's
them.
funny because yesterday I was watching a show, and I'm going to leave the name out of this, but the person said that Yale should have made the tournament as a as an at large bid.
Wow.
I said there ain't never going to be an at large bid out of the Ivy League, man. I'm thinking to myself,
Right. And sometimes at the early points of this and that's where guys like yourself are great at the early points of this the tournament is when you can look at two teams and class them up, because you've been watching. Because somebody like Charleston, for example, right? We're gonna leak some stuff. Charleston is one of those teams that can get them.
yeah,
They've been even though they play in the classism thing kind of doesn't matter because this is a Charleston team that's just a great group of guys playing together, really, really good, all on the same plays. And that's all you need to win. It's only 5 players on the court at a time. So the certain teams that we know from these smaller, and then you got other teams, right? I can't think of another team right now that's from the Colonial that's going to be in the big one. Is it Mamo? I mean, Hofstra.
yeah.
Okay, then you look at a team like Hofstra, you know what I'm saying? Hofstra's, they may last a couple games in the tournament, but that's about all we're going to get. But that Charleston team, what you see the twinkle in your eye, just like also like
North Carolina Wilmington last year, man, was a team that
exactly.
went out a couple rounds. So
I think UAB kind of got a sparkle in their eye too, much as you hate them.
yeah, that team fucks me left and right, man. Every time. But let's go over what we're going. Well, let's throw out to everybody what we're on tonight. Games that haven't started yet, and then we'll jump into the round of 62.
Let's go.
The next game I have up tonight, I took Sam Houston first half, but I also took them full game. Now, I didn't realize that this game was in Santa Clara. There must be a scheduling conflict with the arena or something because there's no reason why this game, number 2 seed in the NIT, should have a home game. But I still like it. I think I would have backed off of the full game, but I didn't post the full game. I only posted the first half, and I still like the first half. I think it was like 2.5 or something like that. I can't remember what the line was, but yeah, that's the game that I like. I think Sam Houston, it was they're getting 2.5. I took them getting on the spread and the money line at plus 138. And I think Sam Houston could take care of business against Santa Clara, man. Santa Clara is a team that's riding on their name right now, man. Out of that West Coast Conference, and I just don't think they have it to compete with Sam Houston in this situation.
Well, you caught me, Tease. I told you on this Sam Houston earlier today. I was looking at it earlier and I liked it, and I didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. The moment you posted you was on Sam Houston, boom! Sam Houston first half minus 2.5 for me.
They're getting 2.5, aren't they?
I think I got minus.
No, they're getting
Oh,
2.5.
plus 2.5. Yeah, plus 2.5. See,
Yeah,
you rubbed the line thing off on me now. I'm
because
getting
I
my
took a money line as well. Like all the games that I'm getting points on tonight, I took the money line. Toledo. Last night with Toledo getting that plus 175, it sort of infected me. So I did the same thing tonight with all the dogs that I'm on, and I really don't think Sam Houston should be a dog in this situation. So that's where I'm at. And did you end up taking that game? I'm sorry, I forgot what you said.
Yeah, I took the first half Sam Houston in that one.
Yeah, that's probably the best play. Had I known that this game, had I paid attention and saw this game in Santa Clara, I might have backed off of that full game. But getting 4.5, I couldn't. I still would have taken it.
I mean, what do you think about the over in this game? Both these teams can push pace and run it up a little bit. I thought because the total numbers to me today, unless you was on the under, the over numbers weren't good because the teams that should have went over like the New Mexico, it's all the way up to 160. I mean, that's a long time to wait around for that over, but it'll probably go over though. You know what I'm saying? Because those teams they don't play much defense; they play great offense. But this one right here, I think we might have an over right here too. I haven't bet it yet. I think it's gonna probably slip away. I'm wondering if I should take it.
It might be something you want to take live. If I'm looking at this game, and I didn't take a total, but if I were to take a total in this game, I would have definitely jumped the first half. I'm trying to find the line now for some reason. Oh, it's not showing me. Oh, I got to go into the NIT. The first half is totals 67.5. Yeah, I like that over. I like the over 67.5 in this situation. I think we see a like a 35-30 type first half.
I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on that.
What's up, Doc?
I've been hitting the overs pretty decent. I usually do the unders, but I've been hitting the overs in the good spots.
Yeah,
I see 70 points going down in this first half.
I
These
agree
two
with you.
teams can shoot the three a little bit and they push the pace a little bit. I think they'll be working on my side. I just hope they don't come out with a bad day shooting.
Yeah. Hey, Doc, you should have been on the phone with Dommy Gunn and I. We were talking about the UCF Florida game, and we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the show. I like in situations like this, I got to play the little brother, man. They're more motivated than the bigger school. Not that UCF's a little brother, but compared to Florida, they technically are. But the under first half was the play that I posted, and that cashed fairly easily. So. And I know you had to play the total on this game. I mean, we
Yeah, I
haven't
think
talked
Big
about it.
Ragu was on the total and the he was on Florida, I think, full game, and but he was on team total under for UCF, I believe.
Oh wow, you might have fucked yourself twice there.
No, but he got under 71. It's 4 minutes left. I think it could slow
Okay,
down some. He got a good chance of covering that one. Look at that FDU 82-57 against Texas Southern, bro.
beautiful, beautiful.
And
Love
we
it.
got Youngstown State hanging in there. I took Youngstown State plus five second half.
Yeah,
So
Dom was on the Youngstown State full game, I believe. All right, let's get your thoughts on this Nevada Arizona State game, man. You got any play on that?
that one,
Give me 1 sec.
I was gonna pass on that one. You know, I'm a Mountain West guy. If anything, I would just take Arizona State. Um, it would be kind of a classism play too, Pac-12 versus Mountain West. But I think in this spot right here, Nevada didn't have the season that we want. They started off strong and they got a little flat, and we seen with a lot of teams that had the same situation where they were so strong at the beginning of the season, they flatten out and then they try to pick it up at the end. And by the time they get this far, it's just not enough. So I think if I were to lay anything, I'd take ASU.
Yeah, I hear you. And ASU's been playing well lately. I hear a lot of people on Nevada. It's nothing that I could pull a trigger on. Although I did play them first half in 114 parlay. I didn't play them straight. I just threw them in there because if Nevada makes any noise, I believe it'll be the first half. I think Arizona State could could win this game. It's not just because of the way that they finished the season. They finished relatively strong with well, I guess not really. They had two losses in March. They lost to UCLA and USC, but I mean they beat USC in a rubber match 4 days later, and Oregon State, and they beat Arizona, Utah, Cal, Stanford. They finished the season pretty strong in the Pac-12. In my mind. So I have to go with them. But I mean, Nevada's been one of those teams that's been tough. But going on the road to Arizona State here, let me just make sure they're playing in Arizona State. Now they're playing in Dayton. Now this is one of the playing games. My bad. Yeah. So Yeah, I get all mixed up. But yeah, I kind of like Arizona State to win this game. The 2.5 line is probably right where it should be. You know, Nevada should I, you know, both these teams are teams that play with pace and put up points. Um, the 135 is probably pretty sharp on the total. You know, even though both teams average 70 or more points, I think Nevada's defense could slow down Arizona State. Um, you know, that's where Nevada has the edge is in defense. Their defense is probably twice as good as Arizona State's offense. And the same goes for Nevada, Arizona State, and Nevada's defense. They both have decent defenses, and both have offenses that tend to that aren't the best in the world. You know what I mean? Like I just you have to give the offensive edge to Nevada and the defensive edge to Arizona State. So I think the 135 is a pretty close number, and I think it's going to be a good game. It's a game that I want to watch. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I just threw them in a parlay first half with the points. I think 1.5, and we'll just see what happens, man. Hopefully I can pick a winner there. So how about Utah Valley against New Mexico? You have any interest in that?
Absolutely, man. I took New Mexico first half, pretty good first half team. Um, they have a kind of wow factor with the guard they have over there. I forget his name. A couple players on the New Mexico kind of have a wow factor. Either if they're on and the other team is not
You're not
used to
talking about Mashburn, are you?
Mashburn too. Mashburn's a cold killer, but that other little guard, I forget his last name, the little short one, but he gets it in too. But when I was capping this one, looked like Utah Valley is a solid squad. Might be a sleeper. I don't know. I'm not too super familiar with them. I mean, they were 25-5. I'm not sure what they bring, but I do know what New Mexico brings. So I took New Mexico first half -3. I wanted to take it first half in full game, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna have a small interest in this game. Take it first half and get up out of here because I might be peeking through some windows. I really don't want to see what's behind the other door.
Are you talking about Jalen House? Is that who you're
Yeah,
talking?
house, that little dude.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree with you there, man. But I mean, in all reality, this New Mexico team, um, you know, they live and die by Jamal Mashburn Jr. Man. You know,
Yeah, yeah. So and when those guys start off fast, they do well. But when they start having small hiccups, then that's when we can have some problems. But
yeah. But
yeah,
Jamal
I
Mashburn
like
Jr. He's a closer, bro. He's one that can put the game on his shoulders at the end of the game. I've seen it a couple times this year.
yeah, I like the tempo that what they run over there. So I would have been on the over if it would have been any smaller than it was. It looked
Hmm.
like it opened at 160 and went all the way up to 164 and a half.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's just ridiculous. I mean,
I like what Richard Patino is doing in New Mexico, man. I love that he moved out of Minnesota, and you can see like the difference night and day in that Minnesota program since he left, and you can see the difference night and day since he got to New Mexico, man. He's going to be a good coach, man. You know he might not do it here in New Mexico, but he's going to get an opportunity with a blue chip here within the next 5 years. I guarantee you that.
yeah, this is all a part of his portfolio right here.
Hmm. He's building his resume, and he's doing
Yeah,
well with it too.
yeah.
So,
So
all right.
did you play the Oregon UCI?
That's what we're getting ready to get into right now, man. The Oregon UCI game, man. I couldn't look any way but Oregon, man. It's not an Oregon team that I'm like high on, but you know, playing this game at the night arena, man. I can't look any other way. I took them first half, and I took them full game at 7. At 7, I see that lines up to 7.5 now. I think Oregon can win this game by double digits, man. They should win this game by double digits.
Yeah, I mean, originally when I looked at the card trying to find the spot, I looked at the Oregon for a good money line spot, but the number's kind of high. So I was trying to see what I could pair with, and I couldn't really come up with a good pair for it. So I left it alone. But yeah, I
Yeah.
would say Oregon. Either you're gonna take Oregon, or you think you can take UCI plus the points. If you on UCI, go ahead and take a money line. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But other than that, I would have my favorite bet would have been ending the night with Oregon money line on a parlay.
Yeah, it's either they win the game or they get blown out. In my opinion, in this game. What's up,
Yeah,
Nate? What's good, bro? Looking forward to seeing you next week. Providence, Kentucky. I can see it. I can see it, man. Youngstown going gate to wire. Yeah, man. Uh, Dom was on them today, man. He liked it, and we talked about it. So I hope they pull it out for him. All right, man. We're ready to get into the field of 64. Is that what it is? 64. Yeah.
yeah. You want to do? You got any plays for tomorrow? You want to do tomorrow's card before we go over the bracket thing?
Sure, we can do that. I mean, in all
If you,
honesty, I've only played one game so far, and I played it days ago, and that was
yeah.
Charleston.
To tell you the truth, I would have to. On like a day by day basis because I don't. The way I was capping so far that was working for me was fading all the bums, and there's no bums in this part of the game, so it has I got to cap it a little different. So I've been looking for teams who do well in the first half, and I have a little capping where I do like teams that are 38 points, average 38 points or more first half, and then something similar to second half. Those are first half monsters like Toledo. So I'm just going to be following those. But as far as looking over the card, man, I don't see nothing that looks like, oh, I want to jump on that for tomorrow.
Really? You don't think Charleston's that play right there? I mean,
Oh yeah,
look at this
I
game.
would back Charleston. I would back Charleston 1,000%. But that San Diego State team is tough. But I mean, San Diego State, that's a good spot. I mean, if you're gonna take that one too, you might have to take that one money line too.
Oh, I did. I did. I took it money line endpoints. This is a spot, and I can't help to think that the tournament set this spot up with Charleston in mind, man, in this game, putting them as a 12 seed against a 5 seed when we see that 12-5 upset, every year. You know what I mean? There's one game, one 12-5 upset every year. And this is that spot there, man. You have a San Diego State team who's they haven't really lived up to their name this year. You know what I mean? I mean, they're
Yeah.
not the Steve Smith school they were back in the day. Was that his name? The coach from Michigan that went to San Diego State and really put them on the map with defense. Was that the coach's name? Steve Smith?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, when he went to San Diego State, he put them on the map with basketball. But I don't think that they're that team this year, man. I think that they're getting by on their name. Yeah, they were 27-6, but I mean, I'm looking at them covering spreads and the whole thing with them, and I think they're coming against a Charleston team that they're gonna. I think they're gonna. They're not they're not gonna be ready for what they get when this game tips off with Charleston. I don't think they played a team like Charleston yet this year. You know that I mean, Charleston's a team, and and I hate to say this, but and I'm going to hold my breath when I say it, is a team that could make the Sweet 16, man. But they got to go through Alabama to get there.
Tell me this though: when Charleston wins tomorrow, what percentage of the brackets will be broken?
I don't think many. I
You
know
think everybody's on it?
people that know. You know,
The people that know are a small percentage.
uh, yeah, I guess so.
You got to remember, your aunties and all of them, they putting in brackets too.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it looks like it lines up. I can get the lines as we go through this bracket that we're gonna do. We're gonna do a bracket with you guys live right here. I'm gonna put the share screen up, and we're gonna have some fun, man. Bets are going good today, so the stress level is down. This one I just put up real quick at ESPN just to go through one. Let me see. I'm sure we're good now. Yeah, we on the side. Maybe we should jump in the screen. Oh no, we better stay on the side. You can't see like that. Here we go. So let's go for it, Tease. Alabama, Texas, AMCC. Looks like the line on that one is Alabama minus 23 and a half. Over and under is 155 and a half. What do you think about it, Captain Wise? And what are we gonna put right there for a pick? I'm pretty sure we're going to Alabama.
I'm trying to see that. You know what? It sucks, man, because I really like this Texas A&M Corpus Christi, man. They've been a team that I've been playing probably since conference games started. They've been a team that I've been on. I've made a lot of money with them this year. I just hate to see them go out like that, but I have to be realistic about this, man. I think Texas A&M can stick with them first half. I don't know if they cover the spread first half, but it's worth a couple of my dollars to take them first half. But yeah, Alabama should run them. I just don't think it's going to be as easy as everybody thinks, in all honesty.
I think from what you're saying there, I say taking plus the 23 and a half is
Oh,
probably.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. I didn't know what the line was.
Yeah, that's why I said 23 and a half, and it's a 155
Okay.
and a half for the total.
Yeah.
So, but overall on the bracket, I'm definitely taking Alabama in that spot. Let's go over to the next one, Maryland and West Virginia. Let me get
It's a
the
tough one,
line.
man. This is a tough one.
Okay, so where did it go? Maryland's plus 2.5. The over unders 139 and a half. What you feeling, Captain Wise? And what do you want to go for with the bracket?
Man, dude. I've looked at this game a couple times. I haven't looked at many games in this first round yet, so I'm kind of like you're gonna catch me seeing them for the first time, like who they're playing and stuff, because I haven't looked at a full bracket yet. This is one of those games though that kept hitting me. Not that I want to take it, because there's no way I'm putting my money on it, but it's one of those games, man, that it's a coin flip. I think it's a coin flip type game.
Where are we putting it in the bracket? If I had to put it in the bracket, I'm gonna go with West Virginia.
Really, I'd go with I'd go with Maryland, but at the same time, man, Maryland. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't. This game really has got
Come
behind me.
on for the we got a beat in the middle. So I'm gonna open it up and take a look at it a little further because I was just looking from bird's eye view too. So yeah, Maryland is the defensive team. Maryland's getting points. They're the defensive team, and obviously their defense played an impact in the total because it's only 137 and a half when West Virginia's basically an over team going 21-12 for the season to the over. Let's see, West Virginia coming off a loss to Kentucky, following 3 straight wins to ISU, KSU. That's not bad. Maryland come in, Indiana, Minnesota, PSU. They lost to them. Maryland's a little bit shaky, but I think the defense of Maryland may. Come on, man! Don't you want to lean my way?
I do. I do want to lean your way. You know,
Come on,
the
we got to
thing
come up with a together decision.
the thing that I used to like that I liked about West Virginia was they've always had a really good defense, but you know they haven't been that stingy with the points this year, man. They've been letting baskets go in. And this is one of those situations. I know a lot of people want to ride first half unders in this tournament, you know, but I think this is one of those situations that it could be an over first round, unless West Virginia, you know, if Bob Huggins can get them ready to go, I think they can shut Maryland down.
Yeah, the defense is definitely West Virginia. I don't know. The defense, they're 21-12 to the over, whereas Maryland is 11-21 to the under.
Yeah,
but the thing I don't like about Maryland is they had a shaky end of the season. This may we talk all the time about teams that may have shot their load, and they may have shot their load. Now they lost to Indiana by 12. They ended up in the NIT. They playing a West Virginia team who's coming off a loss to Kansas. But I mean, Kansas is a power school. Before that, they were winning convincingly against a good defensive team like ISU. They put up 72 points. KSU, they put up 89 points. Texas Tech, pretty good defensive team. They put up 78 points for the win in that one too. I think West Virginia might be the play, man, for the bracket.
I think you're right. I think you're right on there. I'll tell you what, though, this got me looking a little closer at this game, and I'll tell you what's going to be on my card tomorrow. It's going to be the first half over 63.5.
Boom, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we're going with West Virginia, and then we're going to do over 160. We say over 63.5.
Yeah.
We're gonna walk away with some money on a game that we wasn't even gonna play, looking at it from the outside looking in. But a small conversation, and for all you cappers who don't have a capping buddy or somebody that you go over games with, this is a prime example how two cappers meet on a different edge. We didn't come up with a best solution for the problem, but Tease just talked himself right into it over it, and that's where you want to be. Whenever you can talk it out in confidence with somebody else, that makes you even more confident about the bet and makes it even a better situation. But let's keep it moving because this is a lot of teams. We already talked about this. San Diego State and Charleston. We're going to use Charleston as our sleeper right here.
I think so. I mean, as much as you can sleep until you hit Alabama in 2 games.
I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way you can win at these brackets. You got to make one of these bets. Unlikely bet to win. And this is probably one of the best ones on the card today for a dog.
Yeah, but I also think that Charleston could shock the fuck out of Alabama too, man. I mean, we're talking next weekend.
Yeah.
But as far as tomorrow goes, I don't see how anybody in their right mind could not take Charleston in this spot.
There we go. We got 2 beautiful plays for tomorrow. That we did discover today. So I'm gonna keep it moving. We're gonna take Charleston in that one. We already talked about it twice now. So let's jump into Virginia and Furman. This is all you, Teach, right here. I'm gonna let you handle this one. It's a team you're way more familiar than me.
You're giving me a tough one here, man, because I think that Furman is a team that could give Virginia some problems in this situation. But the line's not, I like taking first halves, but you're not giving me enough points to jump on Furman. But it would be a Furman first half or nothing for me in this game.
Furman first half or nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. I have to take Virginia, to advance just because of the experience they have and the coach, man. I mean, you got Tony, what's his name? The singer, Tony. Can't remember his name. The coach for Virginia, man. What's his name?
Bennett. Tony Bennett.
Is that his name? Tony Bennett.
I don't know. I'm with you on that one too, man. Virginia in that spot. We already got Charleston on this side of the bracket for our sleeper. I doubt like hell Charleston and Furman caused the upset. But anything is possible in NCAA. But let's keep it moving. One we both probably know a little bit more about, and a great matchup right here. Creighton and NC State.
Yeah, this is a good one, man. I think Creighton, I have to give the edge to Creighton on this. NC State's that team, though, for me that no matter which way I played them this year, bet on them, bet against them, I always lost. But Creighton's coming out of a more physical conference. I think NC State's going to be surprised at the physicality that they're going to come up against with this Creighton team, and with Kirk, the big guy, man. I can't remember his name. Starts with a K. But you got a 7-footer in there, man. So that's going to cause problems for NC State. NC State's going to have to live out on that perimeter I think to give themselves a chance in this game to win this game. Um, and they have the perimeter shooters to be able to do it, but are you going to be able to sustain? Like you're going to need to shoot over 50% from three to beat Creighton in this situation, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you just because Creighton's out of the Big East, and the Big East is tough, man. These guys play top teams back and forth all year, and Creighton, they knocked out a couple big dogs, and NC State should be up for that challenge, man. They bring the noise a little bit when they do it. On a good page, on a good day for Creighton, they play excellent, but on a bad day, you wish you never bet that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look at this. The the problem that NC State's going to come across is Creighton's defense. You know, I really think that their physicality is going to give NC State problems, and Creighton has the better defense in this game. This is a definitely a game where what numbers do you have on this game, man? I'm trying to find it.
I think that game is on Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Let me see if they got a number.
All right, here it is. You got 5.5 and 148.5. I I would have to go under on this game, man, to be honest with you.
I like it. Who we gonna use for the bracket though?
Oh,
Creighton,
Creighton.
sure.
Creighton.
So let's jump to the next one. This one should be easy. Baylor and UCSB. I don't see nothing but Baylor in this one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's not a. That's not.
I'm curious to see what the line is on that one. Um,
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say 17 and a half. No,
10
no,
and a half.
Baylor don't score. I was like, Baylor don't score that much. Maybe a little less. I would have said a little higher. So I definitely feel like Baylor can cover in that situation.
10 and a half, yeah, man. And I'm they're gonna make my card at 5.5 first half.
There you go. We getting it together now. So let's jump to the next one because we got a lot to do. So I'm gonna kind of try to speed it up. I don't want to be
That's
on here
fine.
all day. But let's go Missouri and Utah State.
Okay. Um, I don't really know much about Utah State, man. You know,
Utah State is a little high pace. They kind of spotty though. The whole Mountain West is spotty, man. The Mountain West is spotty. The teams, all the teams were kind of, well, not all the teams, but Boise State, San Diego State, New Mexico, Utah State is the top of the line, but all of them then beat up on each other and showed all kinds of stuff. But I think Missouri had, I think I'm pretty sure. I'm just coming off the top of my head, but I think Missouri have better wins than Utah State.
yeah, of course they beat Tennessee twice, but
Yeah,
when I first looked at this game, in all honesty, I thought Utah State first half.
I'm gonna say Missouri full game. Utah State does come out. They may fall in the category of those teams I told you that 38 points or above solidly first half, second half.
It's crazy because the whole year I've been screaming to everybody about Missouri, man. They're underrated. They're underrated. Take them. They're going to cash for you, you know. And I was making money on them, and then now in this situation, I'm thinking the total opposite in this game, man. That I think Missouri's getting too much credit in this, in this situation here. Even though the line's not really high, I don't think that this team's ready for this stage yet.
Mm. So you think they don't cover outright either?
Well, they're dogs in this
They're
situation.
dogs.
And
Man,
I didn't know that. I just saw this now. This is my first time seeing it. But
I'm
I
I'm
agree with
I'm I'm gonna say Utah State just out of the fact that they're top three in the Mountain West, and the Mountain West can be feisty, and they play well in some of these big games too.
you. I wish I knew more about this Utah State team because you know Missouri has definitely played tough competition in the SEC. I don't know what Utah State has faced all year. You know what I mean? And what kind of team they are. This is why
I'm
this
telling
is
you,
one of the problems with my capping is I don't pay attention to teams over the Rocky Mountains.
over the Rocky Mountains. You in the Rocky Mountains. The other Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, I'm in the Appalachians.
Yeah, Appalachian Mountains. But let's keep it moving, man. I'm gonna say we're gonna take Utah State on that one. I'm a Mountain West dude anyway, so I'm gonna back Utah State. Arizona and Princeton. Gotta take Arizona, even though I think Princeton they're a little feisty. They may give them. I don't know what the line is on that game, but if it gets a little too big, I wouldn't be afraid to drop some money on Princeton.
I don't see it, man.
It's 13 and a half. Not for the win, but they may do the cover because they can shoot the three ball.
Yeah.
The three ball, and when you start getting into these games, if you can shoot the three ball well on a hot shooting night, you can at least stay in the game. And that's all they probably want to do against Arizona. Yeah, man, we almost beat Arizona, man. The best they want to do is.
But do you really think that they could cover 13 and a half? I mean, the only way they do that is if they catch, Arizona looking ahead and sleeping in this game.
Nah, we would have to take it in the first half. I wouldn't even sit around and risk it for that long with Arizona in the game. But first half, I would take a shot plus the points with Princeton.
I would look at, in all honesty, the only way that I would go if I bet this game, I'm gonna let you know. FanDuel's got Princeton at plus 8.5, minus 120. So the juice is definitely on Princeton, but the only way I could look in this game, as far as a betting aspect and worthy of my money, is the first half over 72.5. Because if Princeton wants to stay in this game, you're right, they got to hit the 3.
Yeah, that makes sense. The over should be live, but let's keep it moving, man. Houston and Northern Kentucky. I think that's an easy one to take. Houston, no way, no how. I'm gonna take Northern Kentucky.
Yeah. Now my question about this is: Are they gonna play? They gonna play Marcus Sasser, or are they gonna limit his minutes? That's my question.
Wasn't he injured? Was he injured recently?
He hurt his groin. Pulled his groin.
He should be over a groin by now. A groin is about 3-4 days before you can actually get on it and move around.
Yeah, you would think, but I mean, you're talking the NCAA tournament, and if you could get by with using him on limited minutes, I'm not saying bench him. You have to keep him integrated in this offense to keep the chemistry there, but I'm saying limit his minutes.
I don't know, but the total is rather low. The number,
Houston's defense, man.
Damn, but they saying they gonna kill him like that. If they gonna kill him like that, then forget it. I'll take Houston.
The way this total sets up, man, it's like okay, so what's this score gonna be? 80-40?
Yeah. I mean, I've laid big numbers this year. This is the first year ever I really laid big numbers and were successful. I was really successful at laying big numbers. And
this is a game I've already played. I took Houston minus 9.5 first half.
Yeah,
it's at 10.5 now.
Yeah, I would take a full game.
I would too.
Just to eliminate the lucky stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
You can play 4 quarters with them. But let's jump to the next one. This one is interesting right here. This is like one of those ones I wish I didn't have to pick. But I'm going to probably have to go with Auburn in the Iowa-Auburn matchup. What you think?
Auburn and Iowa. This game it's one of those games where I think these two teams are pretty evenly matched, man. And,
yes.
First guess, I'm thinking I like Auburn, but that's been a team this year that's taken my money every time I bet on them. And, I look at this Iowa team, and should Iowa really be in this fucking tournament? That's my question.
They should be in the NIT.
Yeah.
This year. They're nothing like the Iowa they used to be. But I don't know. We got to take Auburn in that one. I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So next up, we got Miami and Drake. This is interesting. This is where the tease kicks in. Like Miami, spotty team. When playing well, look really well. When playing bad, look like the bottom of everything. Drake's a more survival team, I would say. They'll survive. You put them in the position where they're the favorite, they may blow them out, and as a dog, they're good cover. I think.
Yeah, this is a game where the only way that I'm going to look on this, because I'm not going to lay. Um, hold on, am I seeing this right? They're Miami's minus 1.5.
Yeah,
Wow, I think this is an overplay. It all depends because Drake's going to rely on their threes in this situation. Um, this is really shocking to me, to be honest with you. The line at 1.5, it gives me pause.
I think this is a game where Drake could win the first half and Miami pull it together to win the second half. The book is already telling us like Miami's not the Miami we think they are by where the line
No,
is.
hell no, man. No, don't listen to Cab in this Miami dude. Cab is so high on this Miami team, and they're decent. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna, say that they're not. They're a decent team, but it's not a team that's ready for this stage to make an impact on this type of stage. Sorry about that.
Man, it's okay. Answer your rotary phone. Sound like an old school Pac Bell phone.
Yeah, right. I do that because I'm fucking getting old and I can't hear.
It happens to the best of them.
Yeah, man. All right, what
But
do we
yeah,
got?
I don't know. I think I want to slide on Drake on this one, man.
Okay. I
I don't believe in Miami like that. If
it's
any team could trip up in the first round, it'd definitely be Miami.
no, I agree with you, but I on my bracket it's going to be Miami advancing.
Miami advancing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you that one because
No, take the Drake,
no,
man.
I wanna bet the Drake. The Drake as a bet makes a great bet,
The
but on the
Drake,
bracket, like you said,
Mr.
on the
Seinfeld
bracket,
over here. The Drake.
the Drake. Then next game we got. This is an interesting game right here too because this team
Yeah,
getting kind of
it
hot.
is.
Indiana and Kent State.
Yeah, these teams aren't far apart, man.
I had an underlook on Kent State for a long time, but in these last few games, it's been borderline. But I don't know. I could almost bet this one blindly to take Kent State.
Hey, if anybody out there is looking, take North Texas first half or second half, man. That's just my opinion. Just letting you know if you want some second half money, man. North Texas is a play. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, we on Indiana and Kent State.
Yeah, yeah.
Who you like? Indiana.
Um, I mean, you can't like anybody but Indiana in this situation. But I mean, it by no means is going to be a cakewalk for Indiana. It's all going to depend on what Indiana team shows up. Kent State can definitely hang with them. But is Kent State uh, Kent State can Kent State pull off a win on this stage? That's the question.
I think it might be this might be the season um that they might pull it off, man. This
I
one
agree
is
with you.
this look like just like we took Charleston on the other side, we might need to take Kent State on this
Yeah,
side.
yeah. This is a team that I would definitely put down on my brackets if I got a free $50 entry into a tournament. I'm taking Kent State.
Yeah, this is the one that's going to separate you from everybody else.
Yeah, and the 13
We
seed
got to.
in the first
I'm gonna
one.
run with it. We got it. I don't know
Yeah,
how we did it, but Indiana's out in the first round. Nobody's gonna believe it, but Kent State advances.
I believe it. I mean, you look at the past tournaments, especially in the most recent years. You have a 13-4 upset. You have it. It happens. It's been happening the last few years, and I think this is a situation that lines up perfectly for Kent State to pull up the upset. The line's
Absolutely,
telling us that at 4.5.
absolutely. What's the total on that one?
I think it was 147 and 140 and a half. Sorry, I think the total
Spot.
is pretty spot on. To be honest with you.
If I had to take it, I'm on the under though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up is Pittsburgh and Iowa State. I kind of lean Iowa State because they bring
Yeah,
the defense.
yeah, I'm on Iowa State.
Boom, that was easy. I thought we was gonna have a tug of war right there.
Nah, not at
Next
all,
up, Xavier and Kennesaw State. I like Xavier off top.
man. Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to look in this game. Um, again, this is a very physical team coming out of the Big East.
Yeah,
Kennesaw State is not going to be ready for this. I don't think they have the personnel to be able to withstand the physicality that
yeah,
Xavier is going to bring.
yeah. Same thing like we talked about with Creighton applies to Xavier in this game too. Just the physicality, the competition level. Like Xavier's one of those teams that could lose the first half and win the second half, stuff like that. That you know,
Yeah,
elasticity, a lot of elasticity with Xavier. But what they
certainly.
gonna do against Iowa State? We'll talk about that later. That's gonna be a little tough. But let's go Texas A&M and Penn State. This is a lot more difficult than people think.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game. I'd have to. I think the team moving on in my bracket, not looking at the lines, is going to be Penn State, but it's not going to be as easy as I'm saying. Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, I think Penn State can take it, but I hate to sometimes as much as I hate the SEC, I hate to always look at them as a powerhouse or how they perceived in football because that's my main shit.
Yeah.
But Penn State and the ACC in basketball is a giant as well. What's the line on that game?
Give me a second. Come on, man. Penn State. Sorry. Geez, stop. Man.
Where is it?
I
I
can't
can't
find.
even find it. I can't even find it either.
Penn State. Okay, Penn State is getting okay. Texas
Is that a
A&M
Saturday
minus two
game?
and a half. 2.5. Texas A&M. Total's 134.5. That total's probably right around where it should be. The line,
Uh,
the line's probably right around where it should be.
yeah, that's a good spot to take Penn State. That
Yeah, I like
means
Penn State. Penn State's they're on a run, man. They are playing probably the best basketball I've ever seen any Penn State team play.
that one right there is the bookie special. The way the line is set, they're trying to draw
Yeah,
everybody in, jumping on
Texas
Texas
A&M.
A&M, and they know good and well Penn State
Yeah,
has
Penn
just an
State's
equal
going to win
chance.
this game. I believe that.
If they would have put that game at even, it would change the whole dynamics of everything. But the way that they said it, making Texas A&M the favorite, is just to draw you in to play Texas A&M, and they already know Penn State got a better percentage to win.
Yeah, Penn State's going to win this game. I firmly believe that. That's gonna make my ticket too. That's gonna be on my card. Penn State.
Next up, we got Texas and Colgate. Man, I think Texas is gonna sadly send Colgate home.
Say that again.
I think Texas and Colgate.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan of this Texas team, man.
But I think they get past Colgate
Oh
though.
yeah, yeah. If they don't, that program's got more problems than I think they do.
Yeah, but I mean, kind of bad. I mean, I'll see what the line is. If it's some plus points for Colgate, I'll probably take it because I think Colgate is one of those teams that's kind of fired up to try to do it, and probably would have they probably lose by a last second shot to Texas or something. Just because just their will to win is going to take them further than a Texas team that's just stuck on stupid. You know what I'm
You,
saying?
you really think it's gonna be that close?
I think it might come that close.
The line's 13.5.
I think it might come that. That's a comfortable 13 and a half for Colgate because Texas, man, Texas gonna probably get blown out by Penn State if they have to see them in that spot. Penn State, after beating Texas A&M, is gonna be probably like a 7-point favorite against Texas.
When I was looking at this game originally, and I haven't spent any time on it, but my first thought was Colgate first half.
Yeah, that might be a spot.
And that line right now is at 7.5.
The difference in quality of players coming from going in basketball from like small schools to the bigger D1 schools is the elasticity to be able to be losing and come back gracefully and stuff like that. Teams like Colgate, if they can get ahead and stay ahead, they'll be great. But the moment Texas comes back and takes the lead, they'll even sometimes give up in the second half. So I don't know, but we're on the right track though. Let's keep it on Texas. Let's jump over to the other side. We made it to the other side. I'm gonna see if we can get through
What's up,
this one
Rizza Razor Shop?
a little faster. So Purdue and the winner of Texas and FDU, who is
Purdue is
FDU.
playing. Purdue is playing. What's it
FDU.
called? It just won.
Yeah, FDU. I gotta take Purdue. That was a great win for Dickinson. We thank you for the money line money, the
Yeah.
plus money. It was great, but
Yeah, their
stealing.
season's over, bro. Even at the 22.5, your season's over, FDU.
You did a good job.
Yeah, you made us
Next,
money tonight, but thank you.
yeah, the next we got Memphis and FAU. Now, FAU been a cover machine. Memphis
This,
is it's a tough game right here, but
yo,
I've been cashing with FAU. I gotta take FAU.
this is a game, man, and the line shows it. It's a 1.5 point line, man, and this is a game where these two teams match up well. They just mirror images of themselves, man. I believe.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
the
think
same
they
could
met
go
up
either
before
way.
too, right? Didn't
What's
they meet
that?
up this season? They met up this season, I think.
Did they? Let me take a look. I didn't. I didn't look at that, but I will definitely take a look at that right now. So we're on Friday.
Let me
Um,
see.
yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, the key to stopping Memphis
Oh no,
is
no, no. They haven't met up.
yeah, the key to stopping Memphis is to stop Kendrick Davis. If you can stop Kendrick Davis or slow him down, you're going to win. You're going to be able to beat Memphis. I mean, he in their last game, the ACC or the what AAC, what are they? The
AAC
what
American
yeah,
League,
the AAC, is that what they're in?
AAC
Yeah, the
American.
AAC. In that finals, you had let me just take a look so I don't
Houston. They
speak out
met
of turn.
Houston.
But they played Houston, and in that second half, you had two scorers for Memphis. It was Kendrick Davis and um what's his name? Williams, I believe. DeAndre Williams. Both of those combined for 95% of Memphis's second half points. Or no, I'm sorry, not Houston against Houston, but against UCF in the semifinals.
Yeah, I think they shot they low by beating Houston,
Yeah.
and it's a good season anyway it goes. But this FAU team, they got something special to get to. They finish games well and all that. So I think we take FAU in that spot. And Jumbo, I'm gonna let you pick this one. This is all you right here. I'm going wherever you say. Duke and Oral Roberts.
First thing I'm thinking of this game is I'm thinking first half over. I already looked at this. I was looking at it earlier. This is one of the few games that I looked at. And the let me
I
pull it up.
totally agree.
What's that?
I totally agree with the over in that one.
Yeah, the first half over. Um, I'm trying to put. Is this? Yeah, here it is. This is tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon for you. But the first half over in this game is 68.5, and I think that we see this game in the 70s. Duke has been Duke has found their groove, man. Um, I would not bet against Duke.
There we go. I agree. Totally, 100%. I agree with
Um,
everything you said.
yeah,
Next
so
game. This
yeah.
one's kind of difficult too. Tennessee and them Raging Cajuns. Raging Cajuns is a shocker. This might be the shocker game on this side of the bracket.
Um, yeah, this is uh, I don't know, man. I don't trust this Tennessee team.
That's what I'm saying. And this Raging Cajun team, well coached, capable of anything.
Yeah, yeah. This is a game that I'm not going to have any money on. That's for sure. And I mean, just for purposes of creating a bracket, I mean, I have to take Tennessee, but it's nothing that I, you know,
I
am
mean,
betting my life on.
I might drop a little something on Louisiana Lafayette plus the points.
Yeah,
I mean, we already know a bunch. The dogs are gonna probably end up being where it's at for the first round. At least,
right.
quite a few teams are gonna take it a little too far than we thought they would take it. And but yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on Tennessee just because the line says so. Next one is Kentucky and Providence. I heard somebody saying Providence over
Ah, come
Kentucky,
on, that was Nasty Nate, man. You know that's his home team.
but I think Providence is one of my least favorite teams coming out of the Big East.
Yeah,
They were doing really good at the beginning of the season, but somewhere in there they lost it. And
I love the matchup. Ed Cooley against Calipari, man. You know, I think the coaching matchup here is just classic, man. Against two really good coaches. But your talent level has got to be with Kentucky.
yeah, I'm gonna agree with that one. Next one is Kansas State and Montana State. I made so much money with Montana State, I don't know what to do.
You know what? I dabbled in a little Montana State um, towards the end of the year here, first halves. Um, that's probably why they started slumping first halves because I started putting my money on them. but but yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna go with Kansas State though,
Yeah, you
because
have to go with Kansas State.
the
Kansas
Kansas
State.
the Kansas schools are just they popping right now.
Yeah, Kansas State's a good team, man. They're a good team, and this Big 12 has been probably the best the Big 12 has ever been as far as the parity and the level of competition that these teams provide and the level of the players the talent that this Big 12 schools have, man. I think that this is a really talented conference, and any one of these Big Ten schools can make a run in this tournament. I think.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Um, Michigan State and USC. I
How did
like
Michigan
USC.
State? how the fuck did
Huh?
Michigan? How did Michigan State make the fucking tournament,
I
dude?
don't know, but I like USC off top. UFC when they with that little group they got when they gather themselves together and get on the same page, they be so dominant. It's just some games they come in like a days ago and they get beat. I don't think they have the best talent level, but I think they have the best gamemanship in the game to give us a. I don't know what the line is on that game, but I'm pretty sure whatever it is, we got an awesome chance putting our money on USC.
That's what I'm looking for right here. I'm
And I
trying to
hate
find it.
USC because I'm a Notre Dame fan.
All right, here it is. Yeah, so you're getting 2.5. If you're taking USC, you're getting 2.5, and it's juiced. It's juiced to USC. In this game right here, the only way that I'm going to tell you the ways that I would look in this game, I would take Michigan State first half, USC full game.
Yeah, I like it.
It's actually a favorable matchup for Michigan State because this isn't a very talented Michigan State team. I really don't understand how they made the tournament. But this is probably the best shot that the best matchup for USC in the first round that they could have gotten. So yeah, I like USC to win the game.
Oh man, I had some sound issues. I didn't hear nothing you said, but
All right, I said this is a Michigan State team that I don't think should be in the tournament, and this is really a favorable matchup for USC. It's probably the best matchup in this out of all 64 teams that USC could have imagined and wanted. This is the
oh
best
yeah,
matchup.
it's definitely giving USC a chance.
Yeah, and I like Michigan State first half, USC full game.
Full game. Okay, next up, this one I'm gonna leave on YouTube, but I got my Big East interest too. But you know a lot about this Vermont team, so
Yeah.
Marquette and Vermont.
Was that you that was asking me about this team earlier, or was it somebody else?
No, that was somebody else. I already know you know everything about this one.
Oh, I think it was Tommy Gunn. Um, yeah, I mean, we're 10.5 points. It's this Vermont team. They're good for the America East. They're not the most talented that Vermont's been in the past. They really only have one guy that they basically live or die with, and that's Sullivan. And he's a really good defensive player and a good shooter from the perimeter. And this in this situation, though, you know, Shaka is going to be able to shut him down and isolate him and get him out of the game. And I don't think Vermont stands a chance. I think the 10.5 is too low, and I think
Okay.
Marquette just rolls.
So let's jump to the other side. On the West, we on the last leg of the West right here. Kansas and Howard. We got to take Kansas, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
No brainer.
yeah, Howard,
Good season, Howard. Good season, Howard.
yeah, Howard had a good season. I made a lot of money off of Howard this year. Um, I liked betting them, but they're just in a probably the worst spot that they could have been put into here.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to play Howard to cover, even though as good a season they had, they might have the fire might be burning good enough to cover, but that Kansas is not a team I want to play with like that.
Nah, and if I was to bet this game, I wouldn't even look at Howard at all. I'd take Kansas first half. I'd lay the 12.5 and go with Kansas.
Yeah. Next one is Arkansas and Illinois. I'm gonna go with Illinois because I don't know about them country boys.
Really, I looked at this game and I like Arkansas.
You like Arkansas? Now let's see why. Let's see. Let me open it up, and maybe you can talk me off of it. Let's. This is what we're here for. This is the good stuff. Yeah, let me find it first. Here we go. Right here. So Arkansas is minus 1.5. Both pretty fair ATS. Overall records are about the same. Arkansas 14-18 to the under, and Illinois 15-16-1 to the under. I like the way that under sounds.
Yeah, it's the only way you can look, and I think it's a good number to take with the under at 143.5. And looking at the first half total at 67.5, I think that's a good number. I think this first half lands around 64, 65 at the most.
Mm-hmm. Well, I see. I mean, Arkansas. Arkansas has the ability to put up points,
Yeah,
but it looks like when they reach teams that play a low scoring game, they'll play down to their level as well.
I don't
So I
think
think
Illinois should be in the tournament, dude.
you don't think Illinois should even be there.
No, no, I
So
do.
let me see.
But the same can be said about Arkansas as well. But
Yeah,
Arkansas is the better team in this spot.
let's see. What about first half?
I mean, stat wise, they're pretty. As far as points per game, they're pretty much even. As far as pace, they're pretty much even. Field goal
Yeah,
percentage, they're pretty much even. Illinois holds the edge in 3 points per game. Um, Arkansas's got a better percentage for the 3 pointer. Arkansas who holds a slight edge on the free throw percentage. Uh, Illinois a slight edge in the rebounds. They're pretty evenly matched teams, man. I just, I, I just, I just like Arkansas in this situation. I mean, there's no numbers that are pointing me that way because all the numbers are. I mean, literally, the defensive rating is the same, sit 97.4. Offensive rating 108 for Illinois, 107 for Arkansas. I mean, these teams are about as evenly matched as you're going to get in this tournament. But I, I'd go Arkansas in this situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with you with Arkansas, but I sometimes like when it's this even. Uh, I feel overall they play better ball up north in Illinois than they do in Arkansas, but
Well, you
sometimes that
can't
doesn't.
say, Dave. You're missing
Sometimes
some
that
good
doesn't have
content.
anything to do with anything, though. You know what I'm saying? That's just a look that I look at sometimes. But we're gonna go
Yeah,
ahead and go Arkansas right there. I do see that they are like slightly the better defensive team, and I feel when in doubt, take the better defensive teams.
yeah.
Period. If we got a number one offense versus number one defense, give me the number one defensive team. But next up, St. Mary's and VCU. I think St. Mary gets past VCU right here, but I think it's probably going to be a tough game at the beginning. But it's going to be a little separation in the second half. What you got on this one?
Um, yeah. This is a situation. If Shaka Smart was still at VCU, I would take VCU. But yeah, St. Mary's is a good team, man. And you know, you have two teams coming out of that West Coast um, conference there, and St. Mary's isn't a slouch. Yeah, they're the team that I would take in this matchup.
They're not the better defensive team in this one though, but I don't know. Then again, when I think about it, you know, St. Mary's mission each year is to beat Gonzaga. That's the only thing on their mind. They got one in this year. They took two more losses. It might be a wrap for them, but at the same time, they're competing on a higher level than they have in the past. Looks
Well,
like right here on covers, 62% of their guys are on VCU and 38% on
it's
St.
a
Mary's.
it's a tough matchup, man. I mean, to call here.
I,
But
I think we take VCU, man. I think that St. Mary shot their load. We got to switch it up somewhere on this side of the bracket, and I don't see another spot that's going to be that tempting. I mean, Grand Canyon's not going to beat Gonzaga. The winner of Arizona, Nevada, they may have a chance against TCU. Uh, Boise and Northwestern, that's kind of a toss up. And UCLA is definitely going to advance. I think VCU might be the ticket right here.
I don't know. I don't agree with you. I think St. Mary's, but where are they playing at?
It's a neutral site.
Well, I know
Let's
that, but are they in the East or are they in the West or?
Damn, this I have to go to ESPN for that one. I
Hold
don't
on,
think
I'll find it. Don't worry about that.
MVP Arena.
They are in New York. So just given the location, let me see what time is this game. This game's at 2 o'clock. Um, I still like St. Mary's, man.
Mm,
I mean, I can see the ways that VCU wins this game, but I just not even going with numbers. I just think that it's a St. Mary's spot.
uh,
But it's me.
all right, all right, all right. I usually agree, but I'm gonna trump you right here. I'm gonna put VCU on the bracket.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm cool with that.
But let's keep it moving. UConn and Iona gonna be a great matchup, but UConn gonna get the best of them.
Yeah, most definitely. But I mean, if you look at two teams with similar styles of play, these are the two I think. You know,
Absolutely.
Iona.
Well, it matters which UConn team we get. Do we get Utah that started the season or the middle of the season UConn?
Well, same with Iona. We depends what Iona team we get. Iona actually had struggles in the conference play. They lost two games in the conference play. A couple of the games were close in conference play, where Iona should have just ran through the schedule. I mean, this is a really good Iona team, and the question is, has Rick Pitino checked out? That's the question because he's going to go to St. John's. He'll be St. John's coach next year. He's not going to be at Iona,
Yeah.
but I
Well,
think it's
man,
going to be a good game. It's a game that I want to watch. But
you're
yeah,
not
I
gonna
mean,
have any,
you got to take
you're not gonna have
UConn.
any money on it.
I don't know if I have money on it. Maybe, probably not. But I would. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I will have money on it. I'm going to take UConn first half.
Okay, UConn's good the first half.
Yeah,
Um,
and
let's keep it moving. We've been on here for a minute. I thought we was gonna be on for an hour, but we're gonna finish this bracket for sure. But
yeah.
let's keep it moving. TCU and the winner of Nevada and Arizona State, which is that game on yet?
Um, yeah, yeah. 31. Arizona State's up 31-20.
Okay, so let's just pencil Arizona State in that spot. So
Yeah, I agree with that.
Arizona Arizona State and TCU. I think. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I like
I'm
TCU
gonna go.
though.
I'm gonna go. I like Arizona State though. TCU on a bad night. Oh my god. On a good
Yeah.
night, you loving you was on TCU side, but on a bad night, you like, oh man, what was I thinking?
Well, I think TCU's also gonna be down a player, man, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh
Um
oh, inside information, y'all.
I'm trying to find my notes for this game. Or not for this
looks
game.
like you look like you up 8 points second half with North Texas. You know, we're constantly always trying to cash on the show. So if y'all was watching and you put that in, then you probably cash. We're coming close on the first halves in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's up by 2. Let me refresh this, make sure I got a proper score. I got Cincinnati up by 2. Sam Houston 18-18. I got the points on that one. So let's keep going, Sam Houston. I like that. And like you said, ASU 31, Nevada 20.
Yeah, and I liked. I if there was any team I was going to take, it would have been Arizona State. But as far as Texas Tech or Texas TCU, Texas Christian goes, um, yeah, yeah. I mean, you really um, have to find out about the injuries, man. Um, they're going to be big. They'd be big. And you also with TCU, their big man, Eddie Lampkin's going into the transfer portal at the end of the year. So you know,
Well,
we don't know how
I'm,
that's
I'm,
going to
I'm gonna
affect.
take I'm gonna take ASU on the bracket then. From what you saying,
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good play. Um, just based on what I'm saying, but as far as the team goes, TCU should win this game.
yeah, I think TCU is one of those teams that I'm not 100% sure that they belong there anyhow. Which Arizona State is not 100% belong there too, but I think after tonight's victory, they get the wheels turned and they get past TCU.
Um, yeah, I can see it happening. I don't know if I'm going to put my money on it, but
No, I wouldn't put my money on it, but I think it's a good play for the bracket because that's like a 50-50 spot, and the general public are going to jump in on TCU. And this spot is already unknown, and I think that we already discovered it's going to be Arizona State. I think we got an advantage by taking ASU.
yeah, it's going to be Arizona State, and I just really am going to have a tough time taking Arizona State. To be honest
I'm
with
not
you.
going to bet it though. I ain't going to bet it though.
No, I'm just saying for bracket purposes too.
Oh yeah.
I think TCU's they have the talent level to at least get to the second, third round.
Well, the possession arrow is on your side. You make the final determination. Do we take TCU or do we
I'm
take
taking
ASU?
TCU. I know
Boom.
that you're on Arizona State. Put a little asterisk next to these so we can take a look at them and see how it plays out.
I'm gonna remember.
I
Let's
told
jump
you,
into the.
peace.
Nah, I'm never I told you so,
No,
dude.
I
I
know.
hate
I know
I
you.
hate the I told you so thing, but I will say, hey man, it was crazy. Like I was watching, I was on the other side of Villanova last night, and I was on
Yeah.
the show with Dave, and I was like, man, I'm not that I told you so psyched, so I'm not gonna say nothing to the end, but I just had to, because I mean. I think me and you had talked about it. Me and David talked about it. They was talking about it in Jimmy's chat, and I was like, "Man, I'm just not feeling Nova like that."
Yeah, I
Like,
know. I saw
and
that, and I went with Dave and then Villanova, and it killed two parlays of mine. But I
but
honestly,
it's never I told you so
but
though.
in all honesty, though, if Villanova doesn't shoot 15% from three, they win that game.
Yeah, that's the same thing Dave said. But I mean, we can look at that in every single game we ever betted
True,
on in our
true.
life. You know what I'm
And there's
saying?
another thing.
If they
If
all came out shooting 100% in the paint, we'll
yeah,
be great.
but I mean, just one covers that game. But this is a situation where you've got a rookie head coach, man. If Jay Wright is coaching that team, Villanova wins that game because Jay Wright is not going to let them keep shooting from three.
Hey,
They should have recognized that and started calling plays inside.
if it would have been cold on the night I was conceived, I probably would have got shot on the blanket.
I feel you. What we got next, man?
Next up, we got Gonzaga and Grand Canyon. Good season, Grand Canyon. You did a great job, but I
Over,
think Gonzaga gets past you.
over. What's the total in this game? I don't see nothing but over, nothing but points going on.
I hope Gonzaga has finally got a vision on things and really turned this thing around because they was looking bad. And old Timmy looks like he probably should have tried to get out if he could have got out because I don't think he's gonna be
Yeah, he hurt his draft status. That's for sure.
yeah. But here's a tough one: Northwestern and Boise State.
Really, you think that's a tough one?
Northwestern dropped the
It's an
shot
under
on a
game.
lot of teams. Oh, it's an under game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've got two teams that are defensive teams, man. But you have Northwestern that can play, that can score. So I have to go Northwestern, man. Northwestern's been a team that I like what they've done this year, man. I like how they came on the end of the year and made people look. I mean, I was cashing plus money first halves all fucking year with Northwestern. They made me a lot of money, and I have to go with them again.
Yeah, I agree. I agree totally. And this one is a tough one. I'm gonna leave this one on you, but it's not much to it. UCLA, UNC, Asheville.
Come on, really? Don't even need. Do we need to talk about it? Just
Nah.
push
We
the
just gonna.
Bruins up. Push them up.
All right. So these games that we're going through are going to be assimilations for one, and there's not going to be any lines. So we probably make it through these next round real quick. So we just gonna roll through them. You ready to roll through them?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's roll through these. We'll end the show, and the next week at some point we'll take up and get the next round. How's that?
Yeah, but I gotta complete this bracket.
Oh yeah, okay.
I gotta complete this bracket. But I mean, next week, I think they still allow brackets down, or we'll just keep track of it. It'd be less teams anyway. We can keep a better track. But
Yeah.
let's jump through it real quick. Some of these are going to be tough, but when they roll off,
What's up, Chris Brady?
tell me first thought, okay? Alabama, West Virginia,
Alabama,
Charleston, and Virginia.
Charleston,
I agree. Creighton and Baylor.
Baylor,
I agree. Utah and Arizona.
Arizona.
I agree. While we still on these teams, Alabama and Charleston. Alabama.
It's got to be Alabama, but I can see Charleston having their hands full with Charleston, man.
Yeah, but for the bracket, we can't jump out the window right
I
here.
hear you. Put it this way, you know what? You know where my heart lies. It wants Charleston.
I mean, it'd be the perfect bet because nobody's gonna see it that way. But
Yeah. I'm
It's
definitely
not
taking Charleston with the points. You know they're going to be double-digit dogs.
exactly. And first half is even the better spot because they
Yep.
can come out fast.
Yep.
But Baylor and Arizona.
Arizona.
Ooh. Oh, so that leaves us with Alabama, Arizona.
I hate this. I hate that.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that.
I mean, I like Arizona. I think Arizona's a Final
Arizona.
Four
Oh
team.
my God. You know, I did a bracket a few days ago, and I ended up with Arizona winning it all. I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
even expect to get there with it like that, and that's where it went. But let's go back through it. Houston and Auburn,
Houston.
Miami, Kent State.
Miami.
Ooh.
I hate to say it.
Ooh. Iowa State, Xavier.
Iowa State.
Ooh, I like Xavier in that spot.
Yeah.
I think Xavier is top of the Big East right now. They're going to go the furthest.
Yeah.
I think Iowa State plays a great defense to stay in the game, but they don't have that sparkle in their eye like Xavier, the willingness to win and all that stuff.
Gotcha. No, I feel you on that.
Okay, let me trump you on that one. I'm gonna say
Go ahead.
Xavier.
You're good.
I like that one a lot. Penn State and Texas.
Now you're getting into where my heart is, man.
Ooh, I'm gonna get. I trumped the last one, so this one on you.
Oh, man, dude. I'm gonna take Penn State.
Penn State. Okay, let's jump down to the bottom bracket, the East and the West. Starting on the East, we got Purdue and FAU.
Purdue.
That's gonna be a good game, though.
Yeah. But
Duke
Duke
and Tennessee. That's an easy Duke, right?
Yeah.
Kentucky.
I don't know if that's an easy Duke, but Duke should win it. I think I
think Duke's gonna turn it up a notch and go pretty far.
Yeah, I mean those teams are pretty similar.
True, but the new Duke and Tennessee is similar to the old Duke, but the Duke we've been seeing in the last 3 games is way better than Tennessee.
Yeah.
But Kentucky and Kansas State.
Kansas State.
USC and Marquette.
Hold on, who? Oh, USC.
USC.
I'd have to go with Marquette.
Me too. Okay, so now we get over here. We got Purdue and Duke.
Purdue.
Kansas State and Marquette.
I gotta go with Marquette, man. I have to go with Marquette.
Hey, this is the part of the bracket where you're like, I can't believe I got Marquette going there.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly
no way I thought that was going to happen.
That's what just ran through my head. Like, I can't believe I got Marquette going this deep.
So now let's go Kansas and Arkansas.
Kansas.
VCU and UConn.
UConn. I'm thinking, why is VCU there? But I forgot you trumped me.
TCU and Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Northwestern and UCLA. Gonna be a good game, but UCLA will get out of it.
UCLA. I agree with you there.
Ooh, it's getting kind of hot here. Let's go back up to the top brackets. Alabama and Arizona.
I'd have to take Arizona.
Oh, we already took that one. So then
I'm not buying Alabama, man.
We got Houston and Miami.
Houston. Although
and then we got Xavier and Penn State.
I'd have to go Penn State, man, just on discipline.
Okay, so where we at now? Purdue and Marquette.
Purdue.
Kansas and UConn.
Kansas.
Gonzaga, UCLA.
Man, that's a tough one, bro.
That's gonna be the best game.
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna say UCLA get them. I
Yeah,
don't
I
even
think
like
so.
UCLA like that.
Wow. That's what our finals are?
So on one side we got, why it didn't come up on this side? We got Arizona, Purdue on one side.
And Penn State and Kansas on the other, right?
It should be, but it didn't come up. I must have missed one. Oh, here we go. UCLA. Oh, UCLA and Kansas.
Oh yeah, UCLA. Yeah.
We taking UCLA over Kansas?
Yeah, I'm taking UCLA over Kansas.
And Houston and Penn State.
I hate to say Houston because I don't think Houston is that
Hey,
good.
I say Penn State upset them right in this spot.
Do it. I'm with you on it.
They run
like
out of
it.
gas right there.
I like it.
So then we got Arizona, Purdue, and Penn State, UCLA.
I like Purdue, man. I like Purdue. Everybody was on Purdue last year, and I wasn't buying it. I like them this year.
They made you respect them. And
Yeah.
then we got Penn State, UCLA.
I mean, you got to go with UCLA.
Ooh, we got the national championship game, Purdue versus UCLA.
Yeah, they're gonna be in the same conference.
Oh, coming up, huh?
Yeah.
Who do we take right there?
I don't even know, man. I
Pick your national championship.
I say Purdue.
Purdue wins it all. Woo! I didn't know how we got there, but we got there.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Look at Chris Brady over here saying San Diego State makes it to the fucking Sweet 16. Oh, he's asking. No, they're going to get beat by Charleston on Thursday, bro. Sorry, if you're even here still.
Let me see. It's all submitted, man. So we got all that in, man. We'll revisit this sometime next week.
Yeah.
Or so.
Yeah. That was fun, man. I wish more people checked it out, but
yeah, it was a pop up. So if we was at your prime time, we probably would have had a whole bunch of participation.
Maybe. But I appreciate you spending the time with me and talking this out, man. It was good.
Oh man, it was. You know what? In all actuality, it helps us coming further. It's like we already looked over it. As the days go on, we'll dig deeper and deeper, and we're gonna win some money off of this, man. I hope whoever watching this or whatever, I hope that y'all take heed to some of this, man, and maybe we win the bracket.
That'd be nice.
Hey, it would be nice. We'll have video evidence that we
Shall we do a Who-Bangin bracket, man?
That was the Who-Bangin back in. I put it in Who-Bangin.
No, I mean put out there for anybody to fucking join. We need to throw it in the text and see who wants to pop in.
Create a little league, a little bracket.
Yeah,
league.
Yeah. Why not?
I'll throw it in the chat.
Yeah,
but man. Let me get out of here though, man. I gotta go use the John and all that good stuff. I had a good time, man.
We've
been hanging out with you. The college basketball hangout, I must say, was a huge success from start to finish. We put this show together beginning of the season. It was a thought we had even before that me and Tease had a little break before we got together and started doing this thing. And he did his thing, and he has the whole Tease posse that comes and hangs out with him. And I was just happy to be here today, man. I appreciate y'all, man. You gonna get us out of here, or you want me to get us out?
Nah, man. I just want to say thank you to everybody, and thanks for we had a great season, made some money, man. So hopefully we can win some money, bring it home, and I'll see you all in WNBA in May. Chris Brady.
We got next.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. May started the WNBA. We'll be ready to stock our pockets up. Put stacks in our pockets. All right, man. Take them out, boss.
Oh, let me get us out of here.
Because I just want to let you know. My name is. That was the best shit, man. Appreciate that.
Oh man, I love it, man. I got to get one for myself now.
Yeah.
All right, man. Take it easy, dude.
I guess it was led by